Hey, oh, come on in. It's great to see you.
We'd like to offer you a holiday drink from Ariana and Evans.
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And this is Elaine Stretch from Broadway's Company, and together we're the
Barbershop Duet.
Hey, thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack. Won't you? A cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to show you our Midnight Soiree EDP that we got from Ariana and Evans. That scent is super fun. And there is something in the EDP, a little more Palo Santo or something that kind of sticks with you. That reminds me more, for sure, it's a midnight and evening scent.
And for me, what's awesome is that when this goes on, I get the full midnight soiree at bedtime. And then, by the time I wake up, I'm just left with some wisps of Palo Santo and a couple of the other spices that kind of make for a nice morning aftershave. So, y'all, I think you get a 2-for-1 here with this.
I would agree. And those little square bottles fit so well on our little shelf. They line up like fun little soldiers.
Did you notice the color? It matches the label. Y'all look at the color of the juice. It's beautiful. And what an enigmatic and magical, mysterious smell this is.
All good words. That's what he said.
And what's our soap today?
So this label may have been the reason we clicked purchase, but then as you're reading more about the scent, it's super fun and holiday vibes.
And Peter let us know it has recently been discontinued, but we do an episode on every soap that crosses our threshold because great things in the shaving world that go away have a way of coming back someday, like Santa himself. So let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at shavingshopclub.com by way of the Wayback Machine, we're going to give away some set notes, so spoilers ahead.
'Tis the season to be extra jolly with some Christmas Coquito. This ain't Grandma's eggnog. This is Mamacita's Puerto Rican-style Christmas Coquito with extra rum. Yes, you'll be swinging from the chandeliers with this delicious concoction of extra creamy vanilla, coconut milk, cinnamon, nutmeg, and some extra rum from the flask. We added a dash of sweet caramel and aromatic clove to perfectly complete this sinfully delectable shaving soap. Hoo-wee!
This is where the rum's gone. Y'all, we are not heavy drinkers, but when it comes to the shaving soap world, they allow us to imbibe whenever we want.
Yeah.
Let's open the box. Y'all, whoever said good things come in small packages never got a box from Ariana and Evans.
A big box.
All right, what's left in here? You did not see Cathedral.
That's coming later, but you did
closer to
see.
Christmas, but you did look at the label. Oh, that is she having a good time already, or what? Let's see if I can find the right
That's
splash.
the wrong one. Unwrap her up.
All right,
Oh,
let's
such
do
a
something.
fun label.
Perfect friends.
Yay!
I'm excited, Chin Chin. Let's have our first impression.
Oh, did you see what the label said, my friend? It says, the tree isn't the only thing getting lit. Well, there you go.
Y'all, I'm excited because if anybody knows how to perfume a party, it's Peter Chikalis. So if this is his idea of the Christmas party, or at least the drinking part of it, I am on board.
I can't get over her little outfit. She's got ornaments in her hair. It's a good time.
Oh, sits in hair with ornaments and lights in it and everything.
Oh, and then she's got like the whole 50s vibe happening. I don't know. I feel like it's a great time. Let
This
me
is
just
Christmas
say.
in the 50s.
All right, who's going first?
Oh, you are.
Oh, I
Take it
guess
in.
I'm
I'm going
going
to ask you
first.
some questions
Okay.
about this
I
drink.
am a fan of coconut.
I know.
So I feel like if there is a little more of that coconutty rummy side, I might enjoy
There
that
you go.
coming out here. Let's see. Oh, not too dark of a pour, but a little texture happening here.
It's brandy that usually goes in eggnogs. So I'm excited to smell a Christmassy rum scent.
Let's see. Oh, it's definitely more the spice with a little cream. It's not too fruity creamy. It's more. I can see why people would think it could be kind of like an eggnog,
Right.
but it's not. It has a different creamy side.
Right.
And it's not as thick somehow. Like an eggnog to me, I can picture how thick it is.
Right.
Somehow this has just more of a gentle, I do get the coconut vibe, but if you're not a coconut fan, this will not be too much coconut for you. It's a nice gentle nudge.
There you go. Our brother Hectic is down in Puerto Rico. I wonder if he has something similar.
All right. And Josue, I think, is Puerto Rican too.
Yes,
so
right.
they'll let us know.
This is in his family. Who knows?
The spices in here are brilliant.
Yeah.
I the delectable word that they used earlier, I would agree. This is a fancy time here.
Nice.
And it's not too boozy. I feel like to me, my brain's perceiving it more as a spice. Maybe in the splash, because it's a liquid form, we might get more.
Right.
But here I get more of the spices that are in it, and the rum there is kind of disguising itself into those spices. So if you know your rums better than I do, you may be able to tell they're in there. I'm perceiving them more as spices with a creamy vibe. It is somehow Christmassy.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that about the rum, because I know of at least 3 kinds from my college days. There was light rum, there was dark rum, and then there was like Captain Morgan coconut rum.
Oh yeah, like a Malibu thing?
Right, so
yeah.
I think that coconut rum is kind of what's going on here. Is that what you get?
It might be. But to me, it's not as, I don't want to say it's cheap. It's not as sweet. You know, like when you smell those rums?
This is a top shelf rum.
I think
this is not the store brand in the plastic. Now, is it a gourmand? I think this is the $1 million question. Is this actually the drink, or is this more of a Christmas party vibe?
Ooh, it's right on the cusp.
Yeah?
I think it's as close as it could be to only being a gourmand, and as close as it could be to only being more of a party. It's like snap in the middle. I can tell that there is like music going on. There's people hanging out. It's chaotic and loud and fun in all the best ways. It's not just you sitting with your drink at home by yourself.
Might it be that scene in Home Alone where he created the Christmas party?
You know,
and
that
the
would
guys
fit
are out
this
watching
super
everyone else?
well.
Yeah, there we go. Right, then, if that's what it is, I need to know this immediately,
I think
if not
you do.
sooner. All right, here we go, y'all.
And I don't know how they knew my favorite kind of teal fun color, but that label just screams to me, I have to say.
Here we go.
He's drooling already.
It is way creamier and more beautiful than I thought it would be. You're right. This is exactly down the middle between that drink in your hand and that fabulous Christmas party vibe going on all around you. I sense brown sugar. I sense spices. Y'all, hold on a second.
But you don't want to take a bite out of it necessarily. It's sweet. It's there.
Interesting.
But I don't feel like I need to eat it.
Right. It's almost like a gourmand that's been invented. It's brand new. You don't know what this food looks like, but it's very but you can't name what it is.
No.
And it is Christmassy. The spices that are going on in here are almost like fruitcake spices if you could transport them into like a beautiful, rummy, creamy drink.
Yeah.
And I love that this has that creaminess of eggnog to it, even though it's not
Right.
eggnog.
There's
Because
no
that's one of our
eggs.
favorites too.
Yeah.
And then a beautiful sort of marshmallowy sense
that's a
of the
good one.
heart of this. It's a soft, friendly drink. It's not the kind that when you drink it, the three amigos go, "Gah!"
How's the coconutty part sitting with you?
I was just thinking, the lactonic and the coconut and the cinnamon are coming together. I'm getting the head on this drink, and it is amazing. Before I dive down into the rummy parts.
Right.
I think the rum's the last part. I think this was aptly named. It's about the little coconut. That's what it is inside the rum. And it's a beautiful binder between the top notes and the bottom notes to just keep it all in there in this beautiful creamy sense of having a good time. Hold on.
It's almost like the outside of the coconut, that woodsy kind of brown color, is somehow there too.
I think Peter's gift is to take a scent that could go incredibly novelty and make it go the other direction. Smelling the Big Top for the first time is a religious experience because you realize what he's done. This is the circus. But it's in a sense that is far more beautiful and nostalgic than the circus ever was. So what I love is that while this could have gone super novelty, super scratch and sniff sticker, super what everybody would expect a rummy Christmas drink to smell like, and he has given it a perfumer's magic wand to make it beautiful, to make it light, to make it wearable, where you would only truly recognize this drink if you saw this awesome label.
True.
I think otherwise you would get a sense of a clean, put together, friendly, slightly spicy, wintry dream man.
There you go.
There you go. Almost more of a personality soap than a vibe. I think this is a really friendly, life of the party kind of a guy.
It's funny because horchata has such a similar idea.
Right.
So if you like the lactonic sweeter sides with spices, this is kind of in that category. Like eggnog is a little more eggy and noggy. This is kind of right in the middle, and then horchata would be like in front of it.
And let's go back to the bar and take a look at these scent notes. Back to the sales page at waybackmachine.com.
You'll be swinging from the chandeliers with this delicious concoction of extra creamy vanilla. That's actually what I think I'm getting first.
Right. That's the lactonic almost has been made with the vanilla, not the coconut milk, the creamy vanilla. And he says it there.
But then the next one is coconut milk. So then maybe they're just blending together so well, it's almost hard to pull them apart.
And then cinnamon and nutmeg. Wow.
That's what makes it different.
My favorite team at Christmas time. And then
some extra rum from the flask. Then they also added a dash of sweet caramel, which I'm hoping to really get more from in the splash because it's here, but it's very quiet.
Well, it's also being the sweet. I love that they didn't just put in a sweet sugary note. They put in caramel. Heat has been applied.
Yes.
And
then we have aromatic clove to perfectly complete this sinfully delectable shaving soap.
And I love that they said aromatic because that means from across the room, you're going to be getting a sense of it. That is the clove that's in this. It's not a clove right off the clove. It's a clove over there. So it's not going to be too pokey or in your face.
I think that's what keeps it holiday, though.
Right.
Like a little more of that Christmas side.
Agreed.
These spices create that aroma somehow.
Yep. And from the answers page at google.com, here is the definition for Coquito.
A traditional Christmas drink that originated in Puerto Rico. The coconut-based alcoholic beverage is similar to eggnog and is sometimes referred to as Puerto Rican eggnog, in parentheses, though incorrectly, as Coquito does not contain eggs.
So, big question, how close to eggnog is this? For me, maybe 30%, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, those other spices and the caramels and the other part take it a whole different direction for me.
So, for those of you who were like me half an hour ago, how is this different from eggnog? What does this offer that's a little bit more on the spicier, darker side?
So it's I don't want to say thinner in a bad way, but somehow eggnog, the creaminess, that scent overpowers you and it's a little heavier.
Right.
Here, it is sweeter, so it's not as heavy to me. The spices make it different as well.
Right.
Because it has sweeter spices where eggnog, like if a little kid goes up to it and smells your eggnog, they're kind of like, huh. If they were to smell this, they'd be like, can I have some?
Right.
Like there's something sweeter and more charming about this somehow.
The little kids in my family don't drink eggnog once they find out the name. What is this? Eggnog.
Nothing.
Is there egg in it?
Kinda.
I mean, yeah. And y'all, before we get ourselves worked up into a lather, let's go deeper and make a lather. I picked the most apropos bowl I could find for a beautiful Christmas drink. This is my Haley's Artisan Sprinkle Bowl, and this is my vintage shave brush homage from Ariana and Evans with the Badger knot. Y'all, this is an extraordinary brush, and probably the one in my den that makes me the most feel like I'm shaving like my great-grandfather did.
Right?
These were the shapes of his brushes.
Kind of like this 50s in here, going back in time.
Oh, there's some bite back to this. All right, we're going to bring this over here like this and put it in the bottom of our bowl. And y'all, this is the patented vertical bloom here at the Barbershop Duet. We put all our water in it first and hit the soap with it hard, but then we let it run to the bottom of the bowl and chill out there while we start to make our lather. So then, while you've got the soap nice and wet, we're just going to bring the brush over here and start to get that soap loaded onto the bristles of the brush like that. Not building a lather yet, just moving the soap onto the bristles of the brush. And then go forwards, go backwards, push down, find the backbone, and then spin the brush a quarter turn, do the same thing. Bring those bristles into the soap in a new orientation. Again, forwards, backwards. All we're doing right now is just getting the soap onto those bristles. And this is a natural fiber hair brush, so it's doing an amazing job of this. And if you do have this same bowl, load your soap into the ridges on the bottom, not the sides.
True.
Just about all the soap is gone from those ridges. Now, go down and real slowly, let the water get supped up by the brush. Boys, you are now ready for either the world's greatest face lather or the world's greatest bowl lather, because now the soap is loaded into the bristles, and it's the bristles themselves that are going to be making this lather.
A few moments later.
Y'all, I call this my ice cream bowl, and this is why. Look at this. Look what the lather does. You can hardly even see the bowl anymore. What a beautiful lather.
I'm smelling it from here now, though. That woke up.
I'm sensing a toasted sense out of this. Are you getting this? Like somehow the coconuts had heat applied? Are you kidding me?
Or like the caramel warmed it up. Something happened.
There is magic going on in here. Not Peter.
Hey.
All right, y'all. This is something you will only find on the Barbershop Duet. This is the eggnog or Coquito whip. On 3, 1, 2. Wow. Y'all, this is the concentrate. This is your party. This is unreal, beautiful, realistic, and like you said, more of a party vibe than just the drink in your hand. Yeah. I'm getting the room. I'm getting the folks around me.
It's lively. There's entertainment going on.
That's a good word. Something lively in the spices and the way that tug of war is happening.
You can just hear the laughter in the room and the music on the record player. Right? There's just somehow it's coming through.
So, we love watching that video of 12-year-old Talia shaving Charky smooth, and we realize we like seeing how the lather goes on the face. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, look at
we
this
get some lather, though, don't we?
And if the job of lather is to hold water on the skin, y'all, are you kidding me? Look at this.
You can hear that slop.
A little bit of this drink.
Try this out.
Okay.
Give me a sip. Give me a sip. It has a fun, nutty quality without any nuts being in here.
Right.
I feel like I'm getting a little more of a nutty scent. It might be the coconut with the spices, but if you had to make a nutty scent without any nuts.
I'm going to say it. I get a candied walnut.
Right?
Going on in here.
That's almost like a pecan, something different. Hazelnut? I don't know.
And you know what I love best? It's definitively Christmas, and it's very different.
Yeah.
We grew up here in San Francisco, California, so we had eggnog. We didn't have anything close to this. And I love experiencing the tried and true Christmas scents from all over the world because it's like experiencing other people's memories.
I know. Now we know that this is a Puerto Rican thing. I had no idea. I love being educated. And this smell, man, I want to hang out at this party.
And I love that we have 2 Puerto Ricans at the very least in the Wolf Pack today watching this episode. That is cool.
Fun.
Let us know if you guys had these growing up.
I know. That's so awesome. It's funny, though, because I think for us, eggnog, I always had turned up my nose as a little kid. But if I had the Coquito hanging out.
Right. I wonder how it smells without the rum. I bet it's not as good. Well, that's an interesting thought. Smell for the spices from the rum. What's bay rum without rum? It's Caribbean Bay. It's very different. Yeah. Bay Laurel, right? Y'all, I love that the personality of the rum helps to build the sweet and the spices.
And it just has that warm coziness somehow that comes through in the scent.
We got the red tape.
We do. It matches the label. It's pretty.
I love when soaps that smell like drinks come with splashes because it's almost like having a little sample of the drink here you can put on your face.
I'm with you.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go first here.
Okay, I'm down to see what's in here.
Why don't we go together? Here,
okay, we'll do a little cheers. We can we can cheers our drink.
Creaminess going on here, a little skin foodiness going on.
Ready?
Yep.
Cheers.
1, 2.
Oh, that woke up some fun things. She woke up too.
This is up your alley and mine both. Do you smell that?
Yeah, that's sweet. There's no cotton candy in here. No. But there's something about the caramely part and meeting with the coconut that just, my insides are this is a good time.
A Christmas carnival. This is unreal. I'm almost getting, whiffs of funnel cakes and things like that under the surface of this.
It's fun because I have been to the Philippines and knowing that Peter and them have too. The coconut that's in here is a different, sweeter, friendlier coconut than a dried coconut or something else.
And we know from Melody and Moon Soaps, coconut's hard to do. It's tricky to get that creamy, true sense of the coconut to come through. Y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. This soap is named correctly. In the center of all of this tug of war is that beautiful, creamy coconut sense. And I think that's what's almost giving me the eggnog sense. That's what's the egg of this eggnog.
But there's no eggs in here.
There's no egg. Where's the rum gone?
I'm also getting more of that, what could be an almond or a pecan or something like that. The nuttiness.
The candied walnut.
And I think it's all the spices that we normally have on a pecan pie or something else is what's coming through here. And it's the perfect amount of sweet. I don't feel like I'm getting cavities, but I almost, now that I smell this dry down, I almost want a bite of this.
All right, what did you do with your family to party at Christmas Day?
So Christmas Eve was always at the church with friends, and we would do stuff after. And then Christmas Day, my mom's parents would come in, and we'd all open Christmas gifts together. And then all of us would go up to my dad's side of the family, and there was probably never less than 30 to 50 people there, at least, for the holidays.
The man's got 64 first cousins.
Yeah, so my generation
is nowhere they can gather.
No. But it was fun helping pass out all the gifts and just feel that excitement of everyone, a full house with the fire going. It was always a good, fun, laughing time. Everyone would have inside jokes, and the food and the desserts were plentiful. So I feel like my grandma would have loved this drink, let me just say.
Yeah. My grandpa was very particular about his Christmas drinks. It had to have ethanol in it. Yeah, he took me out to the garage once and pushed some kind of button and some magical Indiana Jones locker opened up and he took out a bottle of peppermint schnapps. I was probably 11 and he poured me a small drink and he goes, "Here, Merry Christmas, try this." It's 2 a.m. We had been up all night watching Red Dawn on HBO.
But no wonder he was his best
You
friend.
know the beginning of that movie for a 9-year-old? I kind of needed a little snootful of something, and I remember drinking it being like, tastes like turpentine toothpaste. And he was like, it's a German tradition.
I really wish I could have met that grandpa. I feel like there's so many stories I missed out. He just sounds like a good time. He's the one that would just jump in the car to go to Vegas, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, he was a president of the union, and he would buy a keg for every union meeting.
Wow.
And my dad and his friends in high school would schedule their parties for the day after
Smart.
the union meeting because there was at least a third of a keg
There you
left
go.
over. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be my dad on his 18th birthday, still 3 years away from being able to buy alcohol. Well, his dad, my grandfather's going to take him down to Gaines Liquor 2 blocks away, put his arm around him and say, hey, old man Gaines, Mike turned 21 today, and wink at him. And for the next 3 years, my dad could buy all the alcohol he wanted, and he got his own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Christmas Coquito. And you know what I love best about this? When you go through my old faded family photo albums, the most intriguing pictures, the most fun, the most alive, are the ones of parties from the 70s. Some taken in this room, where you had the ancient great-grandparents, you had my parents, you had me, the little pisher, running around, playing his first Christmas carols on the piano. And it didn't matter, because as long as everybody was there, you were going to have a great time. And there was going to be aspic on the table and nobody knew what it was. There was something about those 70s parties. And what I love best is somewhere between the label and this exquisite scent. It carries me back to those places and those people that will never come again, but for our shave dens. And thank God we have them. Hey, fellas. Welcome to Messages.
So for our December giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to win a full-size soap of our collab that we're doing with Adopted Acres.
Yeah, y'all, I think we're ready to announce it is called The Night Before Christmas. Set notes to follow. If you want to be the first person to get a full-size tub of The Night Before Christmas, send an email here to We Set You at the Barbershop Duet to enter our giveaway, and check back on January 1st when we announce our lucky winner here on the show.
Best of luck.
I'm getting the nutmeg in ways I don't get it in other shaving soaps too. Yeah. This is beautiful.
And somehow with the added clove at the end. Like,
Right.
It's the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the clove. All three of those together are working so well with the caramel and the coconut.
The three amigos from Eggnog have gone down south to Puerto Rico.
There you go.
We've cracked the code. And y'all, while this is not currently available from A&E, we do know that sometimes, especially during the Christmas season, miracles do happen, and who knows, this might see a resurgence next year or the year after. But keep your eye on the horizon, because you never know what mysteries and wonders are going to come out of Ariana and Evans.
But we did get to learn what Coquito is, which that was kind of cool. I had no idea.
This is going to be a prized addition to our locker, because I have 8 eggnog scents. I don't have something like this. So sometimes it's those little extra left turns, those extra little nooks and crannies under the surface that can take something that you love and make it something you love even more.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell more Christmassy just watching this.